Hey, hello, David Paul here. Let's have a little quick video on this. I have put the window in, and in a previous video I talked about am I going to have it folding down like a drawbridge or lifting up or sideways or whatever. How am I going to do that? Well, I offered the thing up to the gap and I discovered it's heavy, but it's not that bad, and you can easily just lift it into place and pop it in. So that's basically just popped into the hole like a cookie jar. It doesn't fit perfectly because there's a bit of wood which needs trimming out, about 1/4 of an inch taken off there, just a couple of runs of a saw blade basically, and then it'll pop into place beautifully, and then it'll lie flat. And I have the facility to drape over a tarpaulin over the front to keep rain out, and I'll do that when I leave this site. But at the moment that's the situation, and I'm going to leave it like that, because if I can take the whole window out, it means that I can then have the place open and put in its place, I can put a mosquito net and sleep with the, with it open to the air, and not getting any mosquitoes in over the summer. Today I've just been, I don't do much each day. I don't care, what the hell. I'm losing interest. And I'm a member of a gym, and I just realised I'm spending a lot of money on that gym. It mounts up month after month, so that's going on the journey as well. This here is a retaining floorboard, so that stops that from sliding outwards. Then I put other ones in here which are doing the same thing. So this thing cannot do that and collapse in that way anymore. So that's finished. There's no necessity to have cross ties in to hold it together. So day by day I get a little bit of extra facility, and as you can see here, this doesn't totally fit because it's jammed in this corner. I just need to take a little bit off here and then I'm sorted. So that's that. Now all over here I've got garbage all over the place, but the garbage is wood. It's just wood. So what you got to think about this garbage is think of it as LPG gas, because I have a couple of like barbecue type cooker things, and I'm spending money on gas, which that's going to stop. So all of this is going to be converted into firewood, basically, into this small biomass cooker thing which I've shown in previous videos, Quechua thing from Decathlon. So I'll cut little blocks of this up. I'll probably bag it up and store it, and I don't need to use it all at once. I just need to get ahead of the game and have enough to function on. And I'm not going to have a gas cooker, and I'm not going to have a fire, and I'm not going to have the small gas stove thing. I'll get some gas things for that in case it's raining. But most of the time that's going to stop, and we're now going to switch on to running on this biomass fuel, i.e. the rubbish wood from this job. And then that's that. And what next? So that's it. There's a big overlap of these plastic pallets sticking out the side, which gives me the opportunity at some time in the future of widening the cabin if I wish to do so. Or turning them round and lengthening the cabin and whatever. The baby trees, there's one there, there's a one there. They're just starting to put out buds, and they're hopefully going to start to grow. They will be looked after until the worst of the summer by me, so I'll try and help them as much as I can to get through the summer. And if any of them die, I'll buy new ones, and this will be the third time I try to get them to grow, but I will keep at it. There's another one over there which is sprouting buds. This one, the master as I call him, is doing just fine. But even here, the buds are very, very slow to grow. And something, I don't know what, has been eating this. It's not, I don't think it's an insect or anything, because these things are full of cyanide. I don't know. I don't know what the hell can be eating that. I think a deer has been coming along and biting this in the night time when I wasn't here. But now that I'm here, that's all finished, and it should be left alone. And at the worst, it'll get denuded every year in the winter time until it gets some height on it. But I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful that this will grow, because the idea is to have a screen which encircles the whole of the cabin and gets up above the cabin, and then the whole thing becomes invisible. And the only way that you would know it was here is by coming and investigating. So I don't want to be presenting anything to the world that looks like something unnatural in the natural world that they're going to come along and investigate, because people are lazy. They won't bother coming up here to check things out if there's nothing sort of stimulating them to do that, like they haven't spotted something of interest. So there you go. One last look at the cabin. And every time I look up the cabin or whatever, and I'm going to leave and I'm going to go to the library or whatever, I always think, damn it, I've left something, you know. And I've just thought, I've left my earphones. I'm trying to get more organised, but I'm just hopeless. But anyway, this is quite a bit of organisation. There's a tremendous amount of organisation for me. You know, this is off the scale for my standards. I'm quite pleased with this, quite proud of it as well. So in time, maybe I'll raise it up higher. You know, I could build a whole house here if I wanted to, so long as it's screened. But you've got to be realistic about this. It's a stealth cabin, and it can be like wrecked, you know, by nature or human intervention. Let's say no more than that. So anyway, Jesus be with you.